Brought to you by Gatorade. And Frank Kobe Bryant with the audacity to say that this year's version could challenge or even defeat that 92 team.
Well, that's a hypothetical, Mark, but I know that Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, like the original Dream Teamers, have become worldwide figures in the game of basketball. People in Barcelona looking forward to Team USA playing today.
And folks, let's take a look at our starting lineup brought to you by Nike for the Argentine national team. Several noticeable names that play in the NBA. Amongst them, Manu Ginobili of the San Antonio Spurs, Andres Nocioni, erstwhile of the Philadelphia 76ers, Luis Scola, formerly of the Houston Rockets, now with the Phoenix Suns, Carlos Delfino, a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, and Pablo Prigioni will get the start at point guard. Meanwhile, for the United States, hey, it continues to be a little bit of a work in progress. Chris Paul replacing Deron Williams at the point. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Tyson Chandler have been the only three consistent starters in the 4 games so far. Kevin Durant remains in the starting lineup after getting his first start 3 days ago in that victory against Great Britain. We talked about that NBA flavor on the Argentine national team. Some guys that not only play in the NBA, friend, but have had good careers.
Well, good careers both in the NBA, Mark, and internationally. These are the guys that created the golden generation of Argentine basketball over the last decade. They've had much success on the international scene, including a gold medal in 2004. And think back to 2002. They were the first group to defeat NBA players in international competition.
Back at the World Championships in Indianapolis, there's a look at the numbers. Ginobili already, 10 seasons in the NBA. Prigioni recently signing a contract with the New York Knicks back on July the 11th. Nocioni signed recently in Spain, and Delfino waiting to get his status settled with the Milwaukee Bucks. Talk of a lot of interest by the Boston Celtics from him. And now Luis Scola addressing the crowd here as Kevin Durant watches on. The United States coming off a big win, friend, maybe their most impressive win of the 3 games so far against Great Britain. They shot 60% from the field in that 118-78 victory.
Well, Great Britain really didn't have any answers, Mark, and quite frankly, they're the 12th team in the field of 12 in London because they are the host team, but an impressive USA performance nevertheless.
In that game, Deron Williams had 19 points, his first as a starter. And Carmelo Anthony also coming off the bench. He had 19 as well. And an interesting sight right there as you look at the uniforms of the 2012 version of USA Basketball senior men's national team. Those uniforms look very familiar, like 1992 version. Throwback style tonight.
Throwback style uniforms even in the Olympics.
Fran, let's take a look at some of your keys for the game tonight against Argentina.
Well, obviously, Team USA has got an advantage in terms of team speed. Backcourt pressure should be in USA's favor. Pablo Prigioni, really the one pure ball handler. But Argentina, a wily group, average starting age in that starting lineup, 33 years old. They'll try to slow the game down, control tempo. But I have to tell you, Mark, after watching Spain dismantle Argentina on Friday night, be interesting to see how Argentina approaches this game.
How surprised were you by that margin of victory?
Well,
we know Spain's good.
We know Spain is really good. I got to tell you, I watched the first quarter. It almost looked like Argentina was playing possum. Either that or they've gotten very old before our eyes.
Well, the United States has ramped up his preparation in the last couple of days, getting ready for their opener in Group A in about a week now. LeBron James looking for his second Olympic gold medal. He won a bronze back in 2004. And LeBron with an opportunity, if he continues to score at this rate, all he has to do is average about 14 points a game, and he would become USA Basketball's all-time leading scorer in Olympic play.
It's interesting, Mark, looking at that Argentine starting lineup. 4 of the 5 starters today were on the team that won Olympic gold in 2004.
Chandler will jump against Luis Scola. And we are underway in Barcelona, 20 years after the original Dream Team. Bryant on the wing, guarded by Delfino. LeBron on the drive, took the contact. Durant for three, knocks it down. Kevin Durant continues to remain hot.
USA went pick and roll right there. LeBron had a mismatch on Prigioni. He's impossible to keep out of the lane in that situation.
Remember, this is a shorter three-point line. Ginobili misses underneath. Chandler made him change that shot, and here's LeBron in transition. United States, as you mentioned, speed the key. They're looking to run. Durant going to try another three, and the same result.
Very similar start to the game Friday night for Argentina. They got blitzed 33-13 in that first quarter versus Spain.
Chris Paul really pressing up on Prigioni. Nocioni guarded by LeBron James. Those two have had some battles going back to their NBA days.
Team USA switching on the perimeter against that flex offense by Argentina.
And Chris Paul comes up with a steal. You mentioned the other day against Great Britain, Kobe inside gets the layup to go in a quick 8-0 blitzkrieg by the United States. You said that Coach K didn't show a lot defensively. He held back a little bit, right?
I think you have to in these friendly contests, as they're called, exhibition games, because they really don't matter. I mean, you want to play well, but you don't want to tactically show your cards too early.
That's going to be a foul against Tyson Chandler. Of course, the flip side is, friend, you want to establish a little bit of confidence and continuity, right?
That's very true, Mark. And a coach, it's an art form where a coach needs to make sure his team is sharp in running their offenses and defenses without giving too much away tactically.
Luis Scola will go to the free throw line, the newest member of this Phoenix Suns, 32 years old. A couple of years ago, he averaged 18 points and 8 rebounds for the Houston Rockets. They amnestied him in hopes of trying to acquire, well, everybody is, Dwight Howard.
Yeah. Well, he's going to team up with former Rocket guard Goran Dragic in Phoenix, and I know there's a comfort level there because Luis Scola really loves Dragic's game.
Just underway here in the first quarter. I'm Mark Jones along with Fran Fraschilla. Now we see a zone defense by Argentina.
Interesting. They played some zone Friday night. See, I think Team USA will see a lot of zone in the Olympic Games.
Well, they continue to shred that defense. Now 11-1 as Kobe Bryant knocks down a three. You got the feeling that this Argentina squad has the USA's attention. Ginobili off the mark. Nocioni with the rebound. Here's Delfino with the three ball, and he misses as well. Argentina off to a really cold shooting start. Durant looking for his third three, and he gets it. 14-1 beginning for the United States. And Mike Krzyzewski seems to have pressed all the right buttons in his starting lineup, friend.
Kevin Durant knows where that FIBA line is. He's on fire early in Barcelona.
Nike Plus Basketball, Game On World, and in part by Gatorade. Gatorade knows it all begins within. Win from within. And Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more.
Some of the sights and sounds of Barcelona. Welcome back, everyone, to the USA Men's National Team presented by Nike Plus. And the United States off to a great start. I'm Mark Jones along with Fran Fraschilla. United States, Fran, shooting a perfect 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 4 from downtown.
Kevin Durant 3 for 3, and we saw in 2010 at the World Championships, Mark, how comfortable he is from the international three-point line, about 1.5 feet closer than the NBA line.
Ginobili with the inbound. Here's Prigioni, dogged once again by Chris Paul. See what Argentina runs coming out of this timeout. And they get turned over, the second turnover, and Bryant with the slam.
I mentioned that start Friday night, Mark. Argentina was spanked by Spain, and you just wonder if we're watching the end of a dynasty right now.
Nice give and go, though. That time, Ginobili with the finish from Scola. Was the start worse than this for Argentina?
Pretty close. You know, 61-36 by halftime. 20-point deficit at the end of the first quarter. Of course, Spain hit 14 threes in that game.
Here's Bryant. His second three ball is good. You said Spain hit how many threes?
14.
USA might get that by halftime if they keep this up. They've got 5 already. Scola well defended by Tyson Chandler. And here's Chris Paul, 19-3 sprint to begin the game by the United States. A whistle and a foul. That's going to be against Luis Scola. Scola, one of the more physical players that these guys will go up against.
Take a look at Scola right there. I tell you what, he got into it with Ibaka of Spain on Friday night at the end of the third quarter. Scola not afraid, as you mentioned, to throw his weight around.
Former Spanish League ACB MVP. Chris Paul left wide open from downtown, and he has their first miss of the game. Little pick and roll. Prigioni inside. Nice dish to Delfino. Tipped out and kept alive, and Argentina turns it over. Delfino couldn't corral that pass, and want to mention at this time maybe a lack of continuity on his part, or maybe catching up a little bit, because he recently left the team for a few days, about 4 or 5 days, rejoined them just recently due to the birth of twins, his wife.
Kind of ironic. Manu Ginobili, he had twins. He and his wife had twins last spring. It's the reason he didn't play in FIBA Americas qualifying.
Twin boys. Couple of consecutive misses. And here comes Argentina. And Scola with the finish at the other end, the lead down to 14.
Important for Team USA right now to stay on that throttle. You see Argentina trying to slow down USA, going to that 2-3 zone.
The United States has had a lot of success, Fran, against that zone defense, putting LeBron in the middle just like that, right?
It's a great point, Mark, because he's such a great playmaker from the middle of the zone. Take a look. He cuts inside. Good tactical move by Coach K. We've seen him do it throughout the exhibition tours.
LeBron James will go to the free throw line. He's been one of the leading scorers for the United States. That foul against who else when LeBron is involved? No, Chioni. His first personal foul.
Well, that's a little inside story there. You got to elaborate on that.
Well,
they've been nemesis.
Going back to 2004, 2005.